Hi, this is Ashton again, and I have some things that I use to cope with my mental illness on my spare time. And it helps me. It might not help you, but you can just try some of the things that I do, and it may help you. And once again, I love music, so I try to incorporate my music in my recovery and coping with my mental illness. So I'm gonna go over some things that you can do, and you can get these things around your house or at a quick dollar store. But I'll first start with a tennis ball. So what I do with the tennis ball is I recognize that this color is sort of like a yellow, bright green, and being that having a mental illness, you use a lot of your mind. You use your mind to work in ways that trigger your imagination and all sorts of things you vision. So, being that, what you can do is walk around your house in a big enough circle while bouncing the ball. Pay attention to the beat and the rhythm of the sound it makes when it bounces on the wall. Oh, on the wall, on the ground. But that's another thing. So you can like bounce the ball and bounce it high enough, bounce it hard enough to the ground to where it pops up and hits the top of the ceiling, then back down. You can do that or just bounce the ball. And you get so used to bouncing the ball that you start to remember yourself bouncing the ball when you're not bouncing the ball anymore. You just remember yourself bouncing the ball and bouncing the ball. And pretty soon, your imagination starts to work, and remembering that you're bouncing the ball turns into a different picture. You start thinking of other things. So it's a tool to help you allow your mind to open up and vision something else, like just another space in your mind that you can open up. But it's kind of hard to make sense of that, but just try it. You might get a different view on how I view it because you do it and you understand differently. But I hope I explained this well enough. Uh, I got it. I'll get better at explaining things. Another thing is if you have extra doorknob handles, that'll help. And what you do is put them between your fingers. And since we do a lot of meditation in the recovery place I go to, it helps with centering your mind and knowing what you have in your hands. And here's another thing. A lot of patients or members from mental health think that they might possibly have martial arts training. And that's cool because I thought that way for a long time too, but people actually study that and it actually is an art because you're using kung fu of the mind or martial arts of the mind. So what in your brain you think fighting is, you can practice that and advance from that and learn techniques, and it's something to do for fun. But why I mention that is the fact that when you're holding these, you can walk again in a circle and like start waving your hands around in different motions, and your mind is centered on what you're holding. So by doing that, that helps you. So I think for the people who have a mental illness and they think that they could do martial arts or something like that, but kung fu with the mind, it helps. So that's something I do too. uh, and I like the fact that you can defend yourself. And being a person of mental illness, sometimes we always think somebody's after us. We're going to have to watch our back. We're going to have to defend ourselves. Somebody's going to confront us. We always think like this. So I figure, why not practice overcoming your fear of your mental illness, thinking people are going to come after you, when you can get so familiar with it in your mind and know that this is going to help me when it comes to defense or my street fight. That's another thing that helps. So just like wave it around, and when you're getting arms in there, add some legs, or just keep walking around and waving it around and stuff, different angles, different stances. while you're waving around. But gosh, I really thought I was gonna explain this better, but I'm just gonna put the video out anyways. Hopefully somebody will get it. And always thinking that in your mind, if you don't get it, that you're making sense, somebody else might get exactly what you're saying and get it. So I'll stop right there at that. I hope you got that one. The next one I use is keychains. So what I do is put this over my head, and you can practice leaving this on all day. And again, you can remember the color it is. So you're triggering in your mind vision. So you remember the color and memory. So you remember the color, and every time you move around or you just do something and the keys chains kind of make that noise, just allow that to act as a thinking agent. You like like that was an aha moment or something like that. But however you think, and just leave it on all day. You could walk around, bounce the ball, um, do this, wave your arms if you think you're working on your fighting technique or defending technique. Um, and when you listen to music, that helps too while you're doing everything around your house, and just memorizing that this is on your head and you're centered and your focus is on there, and then pretty soon you forget that you have it on, but your mind is automatically working. And then when you do something and this noise hits again, you instantly think, bam, the color, it's around my head. That was aha. I don't know. Well, it helps for me. So I guess me trying to explain how these things help might seem kind of weird to you, but it helps me. And if I understand it myself, then that's all that matters. And if I want to share that with people, I hope they can understand that too. But our mind just like get the things we know in our mind. We get it. We don't really have to explain to anybody how you cope with your mental illness or certain things you use around the house. But that was just a quick um those are quick, I will call them exercises for your mental illness, because I try to find things to be entertaining, and sometimes that's very entertaining. But I hope it makes sense. I'm learning how to talk when it comes to speaking about mental illness. Um in and out of mind warps and things like that. But it helps. And till then, I'll come up with other stuff. I hope you got something from it. But once again, I understand it myself. You're gonna find things that you understand yourself, and sometimes it's not always meant to share with people or explain how you do because they might not get it. But I hope you got something from it. Bye.